Welcome back to the lecture video on transformers in basic electrical engineering. In the previous class we have learned about EMF equation. In this class we shall learn on transformer on no load and transformer on load. Operation of the transformer on no load and transformer on load. So I will take transformer on no load. I will take up this. Okay. So before this we shall understand what is ideal transformer and practical transformer. What is ideal transformer? Ideal transformer is one which have no resistance, which have zero resistance and zero resistance, no leakage flux and no losses. So how I can write an ideal transformer? It will look like this. See here, it will look like this simply. So V1 is just equal to E1 only, E2 is just equal to V2 only. So this is what is ideal transformer. What is practical transformer? Practical transformer is one which have leakage flux, which have reactance and resistance, means it will have some copper loss and it will have losses. So how I can write? I can write like this: resistance, inductance, okay, and this is the winding. Just I am writing a winding to represent it, and one more winding. If I write two lines like this, this is chord. If I don't write any two lines, it is air chord. Okay, now it is like this, R1, X1, X2, R2. This is V1. This is E1. Sorry. This is E2. This is V2. So this is the representation of a practical transformer. So why I have taken practical transformer? R1 and X1 effect will be there. What is copper loss? I have told there are two types of losses in a transformer, repeatedly telling. One is core loss and another is copper loss. What is this copper loss? This is due to the presence of the resistance. I square R loss will take place. So this is I square R loss, both the side will take place. So there will be existence of the significant losses in the transformer. 100% efficiency will not be there. If you want to transmit a power from primary circuit to other circuit, 100% will not be transferred. Some losses will take place. That is practical transformer. That is the existing transformer. In ideal transformer, 100% it will transfer. But that kind of a transformer will not exist in our real world. In the real world. So what? And also I have told about the leakage flux and all. So what is leakage flux, you may ask? That we will discuss in the further lecture video, where we will deal on the efficiency and the losses and efficiency. Okay, losses and efficiency. To understand transformer and no load, you should understand what is practical transformer. Okay, now I will write the practical transformer here. Okay, so now no load means what? The secondary is open circuit. So V2, E2, E1, V1. This is R1, X1, X2, R2. So E1, E2, V2, V1. Am I right? Yes. So what is no load? No, nothing load is connected across the secondary. So it is a open circuit. When open circuit, if you apply KVL here, E2 must be equal to V2 only. Because no current will passes through it. If it is a open circuit, no current will flow here. If no current flow here, no drop here. Due to that, E2 is equal to V2. But here, a primary current I1 will flow here. A primary current I1 will flow here. I will not mark I1. I will mark this as I0. I will tell why it is I0. I0 is called as the no load current. No load current. No load current. Due to this no load current flowing through this, there will be a drop. I0 into Z1. I0 into Z1. So if you apply KVL here, V1 minus I0 Z1 is equal to E1. Is equal to E1. E1 is what actually induced voltage? That is V1 minus I0 Z1. Okay? That is equal to E1. If you apply KVL to the this loop, primary loop. So E1 appears here, and what all happens? You know by the principle of working principle of transformer, this no load current I0 will have two components. One is core loss component, and one more is, I will mark this as I omega, and one more component is called as magnetizing component. Okay, so how a vector diagram look like, we shall write it. So first we shall understand what process will happen due to this no load current that flows through the primary winding. This core, it will set up a flux. Due to that flux, the core is subjected to the magnetization. Core is subjected to the magnetization. The part of the current, the component of the current that is responsible for the magnetization of the core is I mu. Okay. Now, and also I have told, even if it is open circuit, due to the core, I have told about eddy current. Eddy current loss is also a core loss. And also one more loss comes, that is hysteresis loss. Core loss will have, core loss is also called as iron loss. Iron loss and core loss are one and the same. One more loss in the transformer is copper loss. Iron loss, core loss and copper loss. Okay, iron and core loss are one and the same. Copper loss is another type of loss that occur. So this core loss will have two types again. One is eddy current loss, I have explained about this, and hysteresis loss. So this core loss is the constant loss. I will explain why it is and all in the next video, and about the losses in detail. Just to know this part of the current I omega is responsible for the core losses, constant losses. What are those core losses? Hysteresis and eddy current losses. A part of the current that is responsible for core loss. So now in the EMF equation we have taken phi as the reference, right? Phi as the reference. Phi as reference. For that, what I have to take like this, phi as reference. And where the E1 was there, E1 and E2 will be just induced voltage E1, and E2 will be on the just lagging by 90 degree. We have understood why and all. What about V1? V1 is just opposite to E1. Why? The induced voltage E1 will oppose the applied voltage V1. Okay, according to Lenz's law. That's why I am writing V1 in the opposite side. And what about current I naught? I naught will be lagging with some angle with the primary voltage by phi. Why I am taking lagging? Because it is a pure inductive. Not pure inductive, it is inductive. It will have some resistance, so it is inductive. Transformer is inductive. So that's why I am taking lagging by an angle phi. So this I naught will have horizontal component and vertical component. Now the angle with respect to this is horizontal component and now it is vertical component. I have to rotate this board by 90 degree. So this will become, if I have taken angle here, then this is a horizontal component and this is vertical component. Now what is this vertical component here? I mu. And what is horizontal component? Sorry. I'm extremely sorry. So this is I naught. What is the vertical component? I mu. What is the horizontal component? I omega. So this is, now this is the resultant. One will act like this, another will act like this, resultant will be here. Okay, resultant will be here. So now you can write like this: I mu I naught is equal to square root of I mu square plus I omega square. What is I mu? I mu is equal to I naught square minus I omega square. Square root of. Okay. Next, what about I omega? I omega is equal to square root of I naught square minus I mu square. So this is about transformer on no load. What about transformer on load? We shall learn about the transformer on load in the next video, in the next lecture video. Thank you.